Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Faith Fellowship Baptist Church's first online service. Well, we're going to start our service this morning with a question. Did you ever feel like you're in a storm? That there are forces that are external to you, which are dangerous and threatening, and over which you have no control? Well, this morning, we're going to learn about a storm that the Apostle Paul was in. This is a real storm in the Mediterranean, and the ship almost went down. So, to set the scene, we're going to read something from the book of Acts, which is probably the worst part of this journey.
And because we were exceedingly tempest-tossed, the next day we lightened the ship. On the third day we threw the ship's tackle overboard with our own hands. Now, when neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no swell tempest beat upon us, all hope that we would be saved was finally given up.
Now, from where we are in our point of time, it's probably pretty hard to appreciate what that was really like, because we can read about it in the book of Acts, and we know that they survived. However, they didn't know that at the time. There was no book of Acts. In fact, they were the book of Acts. So, to set the scene further, let's imagine that we are in that boat with Paul on the Mediterranean in the middle of the storm. And it's a real storm. The wind is blowing, the rain is falling, the boat is rocking, and I think actually I can hear those waves. Can you hear? Oh, a lighthouse would really be helpful at this point, wouldn't it? In my wrestling, in my doubt, in my failure, your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my cavity. Oh, you are the peace in my cavity. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will catch the promise.
All those who sail with you. Therefore, take heart, men, for I believe God that it will be just as it was told me.
Let's sing. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will trust and promise you can take me Well, we got through the storm and we're safe on shore. But wait a minute, there's lots of storms on the land too. What does the Word of God say about that?
Yes, it says, you have been a shelter for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm, and a shade from the heat.
A shelter in the time of storm. What a great promise.
I've been feeling quite on edge, and I think perhaps you have been too. And watching the news and everything has made me feel very unsettled and unsafe. But finally, last night, even though I've had a number of verses speak to me, the verse came to me, I will both lay myself down and sleep and rest, for the Lord Himself helps me to lay down in safety. And so that's how I woke up this morning, with a feeling of peace and joy.
Well, let's sing this promise to the Lord. He is a shelter in the time of storm. Please stand. The Lord our God is in the house, in the time of storm. The Lord will be found, a shelter in the time of storm. Oh, give in the Lord, give in the Lord,
Oh,